Hi, Lisa with Greenhookstudio here with another Amigurumi tutorial for you. I have another video where I show how to build a mostly one-piece amigurumi from the bottom up with a leg join. This time I want to show a leg split when you're doing amigurumi top down. So this is how I like to do a split for the legs, making an amigurumi top down. This one specifically, this little doll, is 16 stitches around. So first thing I need to do is find where the middle is. So I've got between the eyes, and I'm going to pinch it. And then I'm going to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 stitches here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stitches there. So this is my middle point. If you like, if it is helpful, you can use a stitch marker to show you where the middle is. And then you don't have to count as many times. Okay, so this is my first row that is going to be a leg. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this stitch here is actually number 8. So I'm going to do one more stitch in my round. And then what I need to do is pinch this and turn it. And I'm going to skip these 8 stitches to start back in this stitch here. So this becomes my next stitch in the row, and this is a short row. So I'm going to do a round of 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to take this out now so that it is not in my way. Now that it has showed me where I was going. All right, then I continue to build this leg, only working in these 8 stitches that I've created. I'm going to go ahead and finish this leg, or get it more finished, and then come back and do that. The first leg is now finished, and I'm going to rejoin my light blue yarn to do the second leg. So I am going to just create a little slip knot here and put that on my hook, and then I'm going to rejoin it back where I turned. So I have, let me grab my little pointer needle here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stitches that I'm going to be using. I'm going to rejoin with a single crochet in this first stitch. So that is my first stitch, and I'm going to tuck this tail in, just keep it out of the way. I'm going to do a single crochet and then single crochet all the way around. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now you're going to turn and continue crocheting in this first stitch in that round. So I did 1, 2, 3 rows on this one, and I'm going to continue. So I'll do 2 more rows of 8 on this leg, rejoining with this first one. And then I like to pull on this one to make sure that this closure is tight before I continue doing my rounds. So now this time I am actually going to leave a longer tail on this blue, and I will show you exactly how to use that tail to finish in a second. So longer tail for sewing. But I'm going to join my shoe color and finish with 8 more single crochet in the shoe color. But I'm going to leave this alone, and I'm not going to weave it in. Okay, we're just going to get that out of the way. All right, so here we go. Okay, that's 8. Then I'm going to finish that with a slip. Fasten that off, and I'm going to use my other crochet hook friend here to stuff. So I will fast forward this stuffing montage here. Alright, now that this is stuffed, I'm going to do all my closures. The first one I'm going to do is between the legs. That's what this long tail is for. Alright, so this long one, push things out of the way so they don't get focused. Alright, so I'm going to take this long tail, and I'm going to go back down inside, and I'm going to come out in the crotch of this amigurumi. This where I split the legs, there is just the tiniest opening. If this doll is just meant to sit on a shelf and nobody's going to look at it, you don't really have to do this part, but I think it is a nice way to just complete the doll in case anyone's looking at it more closely or playing with it. So I'm just going to sew back and forth a couple times here in the split between the legs. This is very unscientific, just sewing back and forth, kind of hiding it in between these other stitches. So that it closes the gap. You don't need a lot of stitches. 2 or 3 probably will do it, and then you can hide your tail inside. The piece. And trim. Just hide it in there with the stuffing. All right, now to close up the feet, I will do that just like any other amigurumi finishing that I do, whether it's closing up a bottom of a foot or a top of a head or an arm, anything like that, any single piece that needs closed. I'm just going to sew around just back and forth through these front loops, or basically in between the loops of these stitches of this bottom 8. And make sure that all that stuffing is tucked in, and then I cinch it up and hide this inside, pulling it tight. If you can't tell, I love hiding things inside of amigurumi. Alright, that one is done, and you can use the needle to stick that piece back in. There we go, gone. Then I will do the same thing on the other foot. Back and forth. And cinch it up. And hide it inside. And a little snip. All right, and that is how I do top-down amigurumi leg splitting. I hope this video was helpful. I would love to see your finished creations if you tag me at greenhookstudio on Facebook or Instagram. And I hope that you will subscribe to my YouTube videos on this channel for more tips and tricks and free patterns in the future. Thanks for crocheting with me.